It's me, David with TWYCE Diecast. Thanks for checking out another video. Don't have a whole lot in my inbox. It has been tough finding new stuff after the holidays. But with me and my family looking to move, I'm going to have to take down my shelf that I'm looking at now. And I thought for dexterity reasons we would document what cards are on it now. I'd like to go through them with you so that I remember how to put them back up when we get to the new place. So come on, let's go take a look at the shelf and let's start taking it apart. Okay, so this bad boy has 270 cards. I'm gonna have to take it down as we begin to prepare our house to be sold. And I want to make sure I get them all back the way that they are now because I really like how this looks. So let's take a look at them today, and I'm going to use this as a reference in the future. Starting on this first row, what do we got here? This is kind of interesting. This is a Maisto, and it is a, didn't recognize this. What about a Pontiac Rave? Never heard of that one. This was in a Concept Cars 5-pack that I did not too long ago. Coming down a couple rows, we'll just see some cars. I hope you guys see some stuff that's interesting. There's a really cool Mustang Grabber. I don't know if you can tell, but there is a diagonal line of yellow Ferrari that I tried to run as a thread through the shelf. Getting back, got a Matchbox Rover, got a really cool Mazda RX-3, is that what that is? Yeah, RX-3. That Real Riders actually cost me 50 cents at a flea market in Georgia, I believe. Got an old Lesney casting Mercedes, some Astons, a Rover Mach 1 Mustang. There's a nice RX-7. Check out this one right here. You guys ever heard of a Lada Vesta? This is from a diecast company called Autogrand, and they make Russian vehicles. This is one of my absolute favorite diecasts. This is a Lada. So let's get to the reds. There's an orange Lotus Esprit. That's my favorite casting ever. My 65 Mustang. An old Ford Focus. Here is the Porsche 914 that Matchbox put out recently, but it had race deco all over it, and I just scrubbed that off, and now I've got a nice clean red Porsche with Real Riders. Really love that casting. Coming across, got a Ferrari, pretty cool older Porsche GT3, 911 GT3 Cup version, lensed headlamps. I love the new 911 GT3 casting that is out, and we'll see that here shortly when we get to the purple cars. Got a neat Lexus right here. There's your red Subi. Got some Ferrari as well in the red. One of my favorite old Countach castings. Here's a Holden Ute. All my buddies down there. This is a Matchbox version. Can't ever have too many of those. Getting to the white. It's an interesting Murcielago on Real Riders. I don't know where I got what set that came from. It's got full lamp detail badge. Can't remember. It's got a plastic base, which is odd for cars with Real Riders. I don't know, maybe not. I forget what that Tesla Moonman one is called. There's that 911 GT3 I was talking about. Here is a Alpha that I have swapped the wheels and put Real Riders from another Matchbox. I think I painted the interior. You know, it was chrome to get the chrome bumpers, but I like it with the black and the different wheels. One of the few customs I have on my shelf. You guys heard of a brand called RMZ City? If you haven't, they make pretty basic main lines, but you get decent wheels and a little bit of lamp detail work as well as a badge. So for, you know, cheaper entry-level car, that's not bad. Neat AMC right there from Johnny Lightning, and the bottom row of the white. So let's scroll back up just so I've got a record when I go to put this thing back together, and we'll move over to the next row. Got a Fair Lady, a Skyline, Hemi, looks like an older Audi. What brand is this? This is a real toy. I'm gonna venture a guess that this is from my buddy Saul at Saul's Diecast Odyssey. There is McLaren, excuse me, yeah, squareback, Jag, F40, old Camaro, Corvette. There's a Dodge Magnum by Matchbox, it looks good. Now this one is pretty cool. This Subaru, a lot of you may not recognize it. This is actually a Subaru brand exclusive from the dealer. So you have to order these directly from the dealer. Get a nice badge right there. Badge on the front and the back. There's an old Mustang Concept by Matchbox. Coming around here is a really cool Chrysler 300. Green light, got that in New York City a few years ago. They're a really cool diecast store. Another Holden Ute, good McLaren, really dodgy Corvette. Looks like I started to remove the tampos and then gave up on it. Check out this BMW, you may not recognize it. It's got a badge, it's got headlamp detail work, it's got rear. This Z3 is actually a Maestro with a wheel swap. I was really curious if you took the crappy wheels off of a Maestro, how they would look. And if you look, I've got the same wheels as that Aston right below it. And I'll be doggone if that Maestro doesn't hold its own. This little car right here really set the wheels in motion for me to gravitate toward European cars. This Maestro is a Trabant, and I got it a long time ago and just really opened my eyes to all the different cars that were around the world, not just in America. One of the few Hyundais in the collection right here. A lot of semblance to a Plymouth Prowler. A really cool color on that Lotus right there, and then right beside it's a funky one. This was one of the first Opel that I had in my collection. Opel Frogster. I bet Chasing Diecast Cars probably gave me that one, and if I am wrong then I apologize to who gave it to me, but I believe that's where that came from. And this car right here I bought in the box for a whopping $13. It's a mint Matchbox 928, and that unfortunately made me a lot more comfortable buying higher end cars. For instance, this Kyosho right beside it. Get that hair off. This Mura lensed headlamps, true 164, loads of detail on the rear and authentic rims. Kyosho is that brand. Got a Ford Ka. We just recently saw that on XLT Off-Road Bear. And here's another cool Subaru exclusive, the Crosstrek. Love these dealer exclusive vehicles because they take a lot of pride in their brand. Here's a Citroën 2CV, otherwise known as the Duck, and another Citroën. This Mehari, I believe is the name of it. This was done by Norev, a French company. Just a totally wild and foreign car to me. Looks like a Jeep. I think those were made as military vehicles, if I'm not mistaken. And check this out. This is a Welly, if you don't know the brand Welly. Really solid wheels, pretty good interior. This Lambo is a mainline for Welly, the company, and it holds its own with any other mainline you can put out there. Johnny Lightning, Dodge Viper. Camaro, we all know. Porsche, we all know. McLaren, nothing fancy on this shelf. Maybe one of my favorite 1953 Corvettes. Almost as stock as you can find. The only thing is this decal on the back. Tomar's price guide. This is a 1953 Corvette. Obviously a C1. What else have we got here? So you might pass right by this and say there's a 57 Bel Air. You would be mistaken. This is another vehicle from Auto Time. Does Russian vehicles. This is a Chaika, C-H-A-I-K-A. I forget what it meant. I believe it was some kind of bird. Heavy stylings from a Chevrolet Bel Air, but a Russian vehicle used by their diplomats. Here's another Welly. Here's another Russian car. I seem to have a theme going. This is a Lada. I don't know what brand that came from, but really cool to have almost the entire world represented. Here we've got a Matchbox moving parts, square back, Matchbox F40, and then we get into a little bit of purple, then we'll go to our last group of cars over here. If you're just joining us, I am documenting this shelf. I'm about to have to take it down as we prepare to move. So I want to keep the order. Here's a Maestro 959. One interesting thing about this one, wheels are garbage. We all know they will be. Badge is enormous. But you get good interior, the casting is good, and you get a full plastic tail lamp insert around the entire rear, just like it is on the real car. So that part is actually pretty cool. Got a London Taxi, James Bond, Aston Martin. I think this is a Johnny Lightning. Yeah. And then one of my favorites is this final run Hot Wheels BMW. Full lamp detail work. Great wheels. I wish those wheels would be on a lot more Hot Wheels. And then the Matchbox Avis Quattro. Even got the, I guess you would call it a Zamac Oscar Mayer. Another cool Aston Martin. I love Astons. And this Honda Insight is one that you don't see too often. And it is a really cool car. Green light. That is a North Carolina Volkswagen Rabbit police car. Carmenilla, Zamac Skyline, a Zamac RS5, and then just a regular silver Avis Quattro. Here's an old Tomica. I don't have many Tomica on my shelf. Nope, I'm sorry. Matchbox. Datsun 240Z. Doors are not opening on that, which is okay with me. Skyline, square back, Grand National, blue Ferrari, El Camino. There's a real toy. And I think this is a Tomica. Mitsubishi Outlander, right beside a Matchbox Nissan Skyline. Grand National, another Skyline, old school Matchbox Countach, nice color on the Aston, Tesla. I do like this Pacer or Gremlin. I can never keep the two straight. Pacer, AMC Pacer. Loaded with detail on that. 918, there's an old Lesney casting Benz wagon. Another Carmen Ghia, another Mura. One of my favorite Corvettes. Now this one is actually pretty special to me. This is from Derek at Honest Diecast. I showed it not too long ago on a mail call. This is a custom he did. Real riders, body kit detail work, lamps are done. Incredibly sharp. Custom Porsche right there. RX-7, 2002, GT3. Chevy Vega, and then we will get into a couple McLarens. Ooh. Citroën DS, the goddess herself. This is a Matchbox. One of my favorites. Love that body in general. So you get 3 McLarens on that row. Honda Element, Ford GT. I don't know what brand this is. Okay, so this is one of those Maisto that I did a little bit of custom work. I think I painted the rims, I blacked them out. Not the worst Huracan. Remember that car was maybe $1. A couple of Ferraris, a Rover, another McLaren, another Squareback. Corvette Beetle, a Dodge concept vehicle, and then a Jeep. So that is this shelf in detail. I'll take a picture for a screenshot as a record so that I can put this back once we get TWYCE Diecast in the new headquarters. Hope you enjoyed the video. It's helpful to me. Sorry you had to sit through it if you didn't enjoy it, but you can check out the next one. We'll do better next time. Take care.